pursue?
Yeah, my research interest is in the area of what we call as time domain astronomy. This is essentially looking at variable objects, and in that I am interested in transients, particularly the explosion related transients. I observe objects such as novae, supernovae, gamma ray burst sources, and also interested in looking at the electromagnetic counterparts of gravitational wave sources. I'm an observational astronomer, so all my studies are based on observations, primarily in the optical, but I've also used other multi-wavelength data like X-rays from the astrosat, radio from the GMRT, and trying to do multi-wavelengths. It's been a nice journey, enjoyable, and I've kind of enjoyed myself. We have a companion now. Yeah, it's been kind of a very interesting journey. Not just doing science, but also being involved in a lot of developmental activities along with doing science, and I think that is what made it really more enjoyable than just doing science. Like even as a student, I was kind of involved in developing a software package for data reduction, in the calibration of our CCD system, the first generation CCD systems we had at the Kavlur Observatory. And then later on, when I joined as a faculty at IIA, I got involved in the Hanle project in the Ladakh Observatory, that project. So I led the team that did the telescope commissioning and science verification, telescope and instruments. And then subsequently I was kind of informally in charge of the operations, the maintenance of the observatory, the operations. Eventually became the professor in charge of the observatory. And then I was also being involved in the 30-meter telescope project right from the initial proposal writing phase to, and the most significant contribution towards India TMT, I would say, is as my role as the head of the optics group. I played a very significant role in setting up the national facility for large telescope polishing, which today the first roundel is getting polished there now. A lot of interesting incidents, a lot of enjoyable incidents. The joy has been in kind of discovering the smallest things. Like as a student, when I was doing the data reduction, we started off with photographic plates as the detector and then moved on to CCDs. So the calibration of the photographic plates is not that great. Okay, so I have to think of ways of doing that and incorporating in the software package that we were developing. So I was kind of very pleased when what I thought was a brilliant idea I got to do this calibration, and we incorporated that into the software package, and it worked out very well. Actually, that calibration worked out very well. So it is like these small things, like even today when I look at the data and all that, and the overall picture is there, but I kind of like to look at the smaller items, bring out, because I feel that people generally try to look at the overall picture, but it is in these smaller things that you learn a lot more. So that's what I enjoy doing the most. Yeah, that's a good question. Certainly had a lot of setbacks, but it's very important to not let these setbacks affect you. If you let it affect you, then you are playing into the hands of people who have caused that setback, right? So it's very important to keep a very positive attitude, and I realized that early on, and I thought the best way to respond to these setbacks is to continue doing my work, continue with the quality of your work, then nobody can touch you. Ultimately, they will have to recognize your work, right? So that's what, and that's what I've been telling people, my students, everybody, that setbacks will always be there, but it all depends on how you react to it. You could react to it negatively, go into your shell, and it becomes a vicious circle. Somebody says something negative, you could make it all about yourself and feel bad about it, or you could just say, that's the way that person behaves, I couldn't care. So I think one should develop a positive attitude. That's very important. Enjoy research. That's very important. Don't think of research as yet another job, or if you come to do a PhD, don't think of it as an exam. Okay? It's not an exam. It is for you to discover your path. Your advisor is there only to guide you if you're going off track, but not to chalk out the path for you. It's for you to choose your path, your science, that is your work, and enjoy doing it. I think that's more important. And while results are important, extremely important, publications are extremely important, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, you cannot continue in research. There's no point. So I would say, enjoy what you do. That's what is important.